Hello guys, welcome back. I've been surprised with this massive big box arriving at my door. I have no idea what it is, so let's find out. Twist it around. See what it is. It's quite a big box. Tip her up. It is a Sherp. I had no idea this was coming. I am very surprised. But, well, hey.
Okay, so what have we got, guys? We've got the King Kong RC 1/10 scale Lurker, but it's obviously a Sherp. They just can't call it a Sherp. Got all metal chassis on it. It's got capabilities of going in the water. So I think there's some little mods in there you've got to do as you build it, just to get it a bit more waterproof. But this has been on the slow boat from China for months and months and months. So I didn't actually think it was going to turn up. So it's a half sort of built kit from what I've seen on other YouTube reviews. So we've got to add the speed controllers and the receiver, which we've got here ready. So it's got the 3 motors already installed, I believe. So let's just get in the box. Miles, get that seal broken, mate. Okay. And we'll get in the box. Oh, we're going to be here till after Christmas, mate, getting this out.
It opens that way.
So what have we got in here, mate?
Instructions.
I think we are absolutely going to need them.
Usually,
normally, we just throw them away, don't we? We're going to use those this time.
We're going to need them.
Don't forget as well, guys, it's just over there as a bit of a hint. Please give us a subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, and you can see more of our rubbish videos then, which we do intend making a lot more of. Right, so what have we got in there? There's a bit of body panelling in there. Let's just put that down carefully.
I think this is, from the looks of it, I think it might be the bed.
Okay.
That goes on the back.
There's Mac the dog, look, he's really interested in smelly Chinese packaging, look. So what have we got then?
In here, it looks pretty big.
Well, it's 10 scale, so it's not going to be small.
Well,
We'll have a look in that box first, shall we?
We will.
What have we got in there?
Don't know yet.
Please don't cut yourself with that sharp knife.
Don't worry, I won't.
I'm just going to do it, guys, because a small boy with a brand new sharp knife is just a recipe for disaster. So let's get in there. There we go. That's a bit safer.
It is probably a bit safer.
What have we got? Hey, there's another box he's opened upside down. Right, so this is all the cab section, guys. Like I said, it's semi-constructed, so we're going to have to put all these bits together, which is actually, I think, quite a good thing because it gives us the opportunity to get it all painted. So, no idea what those blue things are. Never seen them on any YouTube. Seats, yeah, well done, mate. Seats. So, we're going to get all that painted up, and we'll do that in another video, probably. I'm just too excited to get it out. Look at the size of it. I can't actually lift it out with one hand. It's really heavy. Can you get it out?
Yeah.
That is a monster. I've seen some wicked videos of these on YouTube, guys, where people are going right in the water and it does actually swim like a proper one.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Wow. Those tyres are massive. Look at that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We've got a 10th scale crawler over here. Watch out, mate. Let's just get this 10th scale crawler and we'll put it next to it just to see what it looks like. Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah, you could say. You could say.
That's what she said. Hey. It's bigger than I thought, though. Let's get that back out of the way. Wow, check that out. Feels like there's some real good thick foams in there.
Oh, yeah.
So what you really need to do, we're going to take these couple of Allen screws out in here. Take this section out. That's the motor wires here, obviously. So we're going to have to put our ESCs in there. There's 2 ESCs for the 3 motors. So there's 2 motors that drive it forwards and backwards, and there's one that steers it. I think that's the right way around. and we're also going to get it all lit up. But guys, the weight on that is ridiculous. That is so heavy.
It is pretty heavy.
Oh, I can't wait to get this going. I was going to wait, but
yeah,
we're going to have to get stuck in.
So
we've got two Hobbywin ESCs. We've got a 1080 for the drive and a 1060 for the steering. Obviously, the wheels don't steer. It's just using the diffs in there to drive it like a tank, sort of skid steer thing. Can't even speak, I'm so excited. So we'll get it all stripped down. We'll get the cab all painted. And we'll check back in when we've got the radio installed. What do you reckon, Miles? A good surprise?
Pretty good surprise.
Yeah, it's wicked. Okay, nice one, guys. See you in a bit. Alright, so we've got all the truck and the empty box out of the way. We've got the sort of accessories box. This is all the cab. Pretty cool looking sticker set. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the Lurker brand, because I think I'll probably make up my own Sherp stickers. Make it look a bit cooler. This does make me laugh. So it says, warning, please choose the waterproof electronics and do the waterproof work to the chassis before you play on water. It doesn't actually tell you anything you've got to do to waterproof the chassis. I can't find anything on Google, on YouTube, nothing. So we'll have a good look at that. And we've also got the instructions in there for building up all this cab section. So let's get on into that. That there, I've got a new receiver because I've got the new radio link controller there, so we can bind that up later on. Okay, so what have we got? The cab back and the seat bases. These little panels go on the side of the truck. Seats, pretty shocking colour blue mouldings though, so we're going to paint those probably grey, I would imagine. It's the main front cab section. Obviously we got the glazing to go inside there. Whether they glue in or just click in, we'll have to have a look. Hate gluing windows in, so I always get white super glue all over the glass. That is a really heavy accessory bag there, guys. The great thing with this is everything seems to be metal. You've got some spare gears, which is really good, because I've heard some people have been having clicking noises and nasty things going on like that. So that's great. We've actually got some new gears, should we need them. And the final bit in the box there, we've got the metal roll cage just to go on there. So if we just grab the chassis a second, that there just sort of fits thereabouts. And then obviously we got the cab section, which will just go on the front there. So I have actually, since the last video started, unscrewed this with Miles. So what we can do is take that out. That is mad. That is actually a piece of wood. Crazy. So inside we got the three motors. So we got the steering and the forwards and backwards, all on their own little gearboxes and drives. Really, really cool. So it's like a tank system. So you got the drive belts and the tensioners. Good thing with these belts is they've got numbers on them. So what I'm going to do sooner rather than later, I'm going to order some spare belts, because what I don't want to happen is snap a belt or it go all slack and loose, and then I'm waiting ages to find a belt. So I'm going to do that first. Really happy with it so far though. With the waterproof, and I've no idea where or how you actually do it, but all this chassis is metal. Seems really well built. So I don't know whether they're on about sealing up these gaps along the edge there. So I'll do that. I like to do it from inside, but it seems a lot of stuff in the way. So we'll get some down along there, take all the screws out and seal those up. I don't know how we're going to get in there to seal that. Hopefully these drive units are sealed, so we haven't got to mess about with that. But it weighs an absolute ton. It's crazy. Really, really cool. So we're going to route these wires for the motors. They're going to come up through this section here, and we'll just get them. There's like a box thing, that storage box that goes along the back of the cab, so we get the ESCs in there, and then that unit there creates like a false floor, so that shape of it there drops in like that, so you've got a bit of a void underneath, so maybe the battery goes under there or something like that. We'll figure that out. But the next step, we're going to get this on. I don't know whether to leave it grey or to paint it. I don't know, we've got a couple of cans of paint here, so I might paint it, make it a bit cooler, and then we can start getting this all put together, get the ESCs in, and obviously we're going to have to order some lights for it, because we can't have all these cool looking lenses and no lights, so that's going to need doing. And I think it's going to need a light bar on the top, and get some nighttime crawling done over the winter. Cannot wait to get this built, guys. Just a quick little interim one, guys. I'm just starting to build the cab up. Just got to put these hinge pieces on, so the front sort of window bit, I suppose. That lifts up and down so you can get access inside. And we've got to glue the little handle on the front there. And I've just given these a quick blow over with some matte black, some of the accessory parts there. First little bit, it turns out I didn't actually have to do one with these little hinge covers there. Just to add a little bit more detail to it really. I was going to paint this, but I just can't wait for paint the warm and all that nonsense. I just want to get it built, and I'm absolutely dying to test it out, guys. So I'm going to get cracking with this. Millions of little bits, and usually you got a label on there. Some of them, goodness knows what they are. They're just random Chinese things written all over them. God knows, but we'll get it sorted and we get it built up. Just another quick catch up, guys. Just roughly mounted the cab on there. There's loads of little magnets you've got to glue in just under these tabs, so this piece will actually come off easily. And then, as you saw earlier, we just put the hinges on. Didn't really lift up very well with nothing in it yet, but you can get in the cab. Just chuck some paint quick on the seats. I'll finish doing them on the weekend. Got the gear stick in, made the gear linkage for down in here. So we got some 3M tape to put all the window glass in. Got some lights on the way to go in there, because you can't have a scale truck without lights, can you? But yeah, really happy with that. That is going to be mega. Alrighty, we are back on the Sherp. I've just done off camera super quick. Soldered the two ESCs together, because we only want one battery plug in. I don't want a separate one for the steering and the drive. Put the receiver in. I've taken the switches off just to save a bit of room, because all this needs to sort of cram under the front seat area. So I've taken the switches off, so as soon as you plug it in, it's going to come on. Please excuse the shocking puffy lipo, but that'll do for a minute. So I've put it all on my Radio Link controller. So we've just got the Sherp on the top there. So let's have a look. So press the throttle. Out forwards. Backwards. That's the steering. Let's see how that works. So they're going forwards. They're going backwards. Okay, no worries. And the other way. Looks good. Let's see what happens when we chuck it on the floor. The only thing I'm concerned about is usually ESCs go slower backwards and forwards. So hopefully that's not going to be the case on the steering. Let's have a look. Turn it to the right. Yeah, that's mega slow. Okay, to the left. Right, so I'm going to need to try and sort that out. So forwards. Great. Backwards. Not bad. So it goes much quicker to the left than the right. So we may need a different ESC or a better one that can go for as fast backwards as we can forward. So we'll try that. Get the top on and we'll see how we get on with it. Get all these wires tidied up and we'll come straight back. Right, so the two ESCs and the receiver are stuck in with number plate stickies. Noticed the schoolboy error. I was in my haste to get this thing finished. I've just blasted over with some car paint on these, which I now know rubbery seats, and it's all come off straight away as I've been trying to get it in, screwed in there. So I'm going to whip those straight off, chuck some other paint on it, see how they get on, but we need to get some figures and whatnot in there. So we got our puffy lipo in the back there. So let's just turn the transmitter on, because we've been squishing all these wires in. Welcome to Radio Link. We just need to make sure it's still working. Yeah, forwards, backwards, turn. Excellent, all works. So to cover the batteries, what I'm going to do is going to get some Velcro in here so we can run two packs, nicely balanced by the way. We've got this little piece here, it's got magnets on the bottom there, so that'll just stick on there. That'll cover that. Excellent. Now, I'm looking for the boxes underneath it. There's a little cover panel to go on here, and then we get the top on. So let's see how it looks. So there she is, almost all done. All I got to do is screw this bar on the back there, get the sticker on. There's some little side panels on there which I'm waiting to dry, just painting them silver, so we'll get them glued in. And she is done. Get the lights on in there. How cool is that though? What a cool looking toy. I've no idea what we're supposed to do to waterproof the chassis, because all it says in the instructions is please take waterproof measures. So no idea what that is, because it doesn't tell you at all in the instructions. Obviously all the electronics are up in the top here, so that ain't going to get wet up there, but who knows. So the last little bit we've got to do, as I said, repaint the seats. There's little stays just in the bottom there just see it tucked down there, which screw up to these little pieces here, just so you can hold the window open like on the real Sherp. And I'm still waiting for my lights to arrive. So once they arrive, we'll get those in. We'll get the cab all fitted and squared up nicely. It's just chucked on a minute. And then we can take it out for its first rip and dip. Can't wait, guys. What a cool toy. Alright, just back for another super quick update. I've had to change the steering ESC. I was right, I had to swap it for a Hobbywing 1080. Only reason I had to do that is, like we saw super quick, that it would steer one way quicker than the other and with like no power at all. That's because it had the really reduced reverse feature. So I had to put the 1080 in so I could program it with the Hobbywing program card. And that allowed me to have 100% reverse and 100% throttle, so we've got 100% left and right. So my good mate Simon gave me that one. Thanks, Si. I've got all the lights wired in. Bit of a nightmare to do that, but it's always going to be worth it, isn't it? We've got some brave passengers in the front there, so they're going to go out for a test ride very soon. All I've got left on the front, really, I've just got to fit these little hinge things. They're going to screw up into the top there, just to hold that open like on the real Sherp. So that's quite cool. So sort of stay up, something like that. You get the idea. And there's no lenses came with it for the back, so I'm gonna have to try and fashion some LEDs at some point, but I'm not rushing to do that. I can't be bothered. So all for now, we just got to pop the cover back on there. We've got the Hobbywing on off switch there. We got a separate little JST for the 3S pack to power the lights, and we've got an XT60 there for the 3S to drive the beast. So we just need to get some Velcro strips in the back there, stick the packs down, and then that cover can just go on the top. Like you've seen this before, but we'll chuck it back on. It just goes on some magnets there, so that's cool. So we get all the covers on there. We've got some scale bits and bobs to go on the back there just to make it look a bit cooler, but we're definitely getting there now. Any day now that is going to be out and about on the trail, probably in some water. All right, we've got the lights on. We've got some old school 12 volt normal bulbs in the fronts here, and then what would be the indicators there, so they're nice and dim. And then we've got some really bright 12 volt LEDs off the top there. They're actually bang good specials. These are about £6 for 4. So I took two of them apart and integrated them into the existing lights there, but really happy with how that looks. We got our brave crew in there, got his hand on the controls ready to go. So give it a couple of days now, a couple more tweaks on it, and we'll get it out on the trail.